Have you ever noticed how some people speak only a few words, yet the room seems to shift around them? They're not louder. They're not trying to impress anyone. But somehow, when they talk, people lean in. And the strange thing is, it's rarely about what they say. It's about how they say it, and more importantly, why they say it. Most of us try too hard. We talk fast to avoid awkward silence. We over-explain so we don't sound foolish. We think more words equal more impact. But the Stoics understood something different. Real influence comes from clarity, intention, and presence. When you combine those three, your words stop being noise and start becoming signals. Today, we're going to break down a simple idea hidden inside the title of this video. 6 words and the mindset behind them. Not tricks, not manipulation, not scripted lines. These words work because they reflect a deeper way of thinking, one that draws people toward you naturally. If you've ever wanted to communicate with more confidence, more calm, and more authenticity, this is where it starts. The entire message behind "just say these 6 words and you'll attract anyone" isn't about magic phrases. It's about understanding how Stoic communication works. Stoicism teaches that influence begins with self-mastery, knowing why you speak, what you value, and how your presence affects others. Each of the 6 words we'll explore today represents a principle. These principles guide how a grounded person listens, responds, and carries themselves. When you use them sincerely, people don't feel like you're trying to win them over. They simply feel understood, respected, and comfortable around you. And that is what creates true attraction: intellectual, emotional, and social. Not performance, not pretense, just presence. By the end of this video, you'll see why these 6 words change the way people see you and why the Stoics relied on them to build trust, respect, and meaningful connection. The first word is listen. N-O-T, the act of hearing, the intention behind it. Most conversations collapse because we focus on responding rather than understanding. When someone talks, the average person waits for their turn. They mentally prepare their reply. They compare experiences. They drift into judgment without realizing it. The Stoics saw this as a form of ego, putting yourself at the center when the moment isn't about you. But when you genuinely listen, something subtle happens. You remove the need to perform. You stop planning your next line. You stop evaluating the other person. Instead, you create space for someone to express themselves without fear of interruption or correction. This kind of attention is rare. People feel it immediately. They slow down. They open up. They trust you more. Listening isn't passive. It's intentional presence. And when someone senses that you're truly listening, you've already said more than most people manage with an entire speech. The second word is observe. The Stoics believe that most answers are already in front of us, we just fail to notice them. In conversation, observation is your advantage. Observe tone. Observe breathing. Observe body language. You don't need to analyze it like a psychologist. Simply pay attention. People reveal what they truly feel long before they put it into words. Someone who says they're fine but can't maintain eye contact is telling you something. Someone who speaks quickly might be hiding stress. Someone who pauses too long before answering may be searching for safe ground. When you observe without judgment, the other person feels understood without having to explain everything. And here's why this matters. People naturally gravitate toward those who make communication easier, not harder. Observation isn't about reading minds. It's about noticing what most people overlook. When you do, your responses become more precise, more thoughtful, and far more impactful. The third word is pause. It sounds simple, but most people fear silence more than conflict. We rush to fill quiet moments because they make us feel exposed. But a pause isn't emptiness, it's clarity gathering. When you pause before responding, several things happen at once. First, you show that you're thinking, not reacting. Second, you give the conversation room to breathe. Third, you demonstrate that you don't feel pressured to impress or outperform anyone. This is where attraction shifts. People trust those who don't scramble for validation. They feel safer around someone who takes a moment to choose their words carefully. And in many cases, the pause reveals more truth than the answer itself. The Stoics practiced this intentionally. A pause prevents emotional impulses from taking over. It allows reason to step forward. It sends a signal. Your words matter enough to be considered, not thrown out carelessly. In a world full of noise, stillness becomes noticeable. The fourth word is respect. not as a demand, but as a standard you live by. Respect changes everything not because it elevates others, but because it elevates you. When you approach conversations with respect, several things become clear. You don't talk down to people. You don't interrupt to dominate. You don't argue to win. Instead, you communicate with the assumption that the person in front of you has a life, a history, and a perspective that matters. This doesn't mean you agree with everything they say. It means you value their right to say it. The Stoics understood that respect begins with recognizing the shared humanity in everyone, regardless of status or opinion. People can feel when you respect them and they respond in kind. Respect attracts maturity. It filters out negativity, and it creates a presence that feels both strong and approachable. Respect is a silent signal of character, and character is what people remember long after the conversation ends. The fifth word is choose. Because communication is a choice long before it becomes a sentence. You choose your tone. You choose your intention. You choose what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Most social stress comes from reacting to everything. But the Stoics believe that a grounded person responds only to what aligns with their values. When you choose your responses instead of letting emotions speak for you, people immediately sense your steadiness. Choosing also means deciding what not to say. You don't need to correct every mistake. You don't need to defend yourself at every opportunity. You don't need to join every argument offered to you. This kind of discipline is rare, and anything rare automatically becomes attractive. It signals maturity, self-respect, and emotional stability. People trust those who choose their words with intention because it means their reactions won't shift with every gust of emotion. To choose is to lead your communication instead of chasing it. The sixth word is value. This is where everything comes together. You attract people not by performing, but by showing what you value and living by it. When your words match your actions, your presence changes. There's a consistency in you that people can feel, a steadiness, a reliability. Value is what defines your boundaries, your tone, your patience, and your level of honesty. It shapes the way you listen, observe, pause, respect, and choose. Without value, communication feels like noise. With it, every word carries weight. This is the real meaning behind just say these 6 words. It's not the words themselves. It's the person you become when you speak from principle rather than impulse. People aren't drawn to perfection, they're drawn to clarity. When you know what you stand for, others feel more centered simply by being around you. Attraction isn't mystery, it's alignment. And when your values guide your voice, your presence becomes unforgettable. Your words don't attract people, your principles do. Speak from the place where your values live, and even your silence will say something worth listening to. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. Communication isn't about saying more, it's about saying what matters. These 6 words, listen, observe, pause, respect, choose, and value, aren't techniques. They're habits of character. And when you practice them consistently, people feel the difference. You stop trying to prove yourself. You stop chasing reactions. You start communicating from a place of confidence and calm. That's what truly draws people in. If this changed how you see connection, presence, or Stoic communication, let me know in the comments. And if you want more grounded wisdom to strengthen your mind and your character, subscribe to Stoic Wisdom. Here, you grow by becoming the most stable version of yourself one day at a time.